to my channel. To kick off the new year, I'm giving you guys what you'll need for second year medical school. As you know, I will be going to third year. Yeah, I know, I made it by this much, but I made it. I decided to do what you need for second year after I've completed second year, so now I have experienced second year, so I'll know what helped me through it and what I actually needed, because they're always giving you not prescriptions, like lists of textbooks and stuff you need to buy, but you don't actually need all of them. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be bringing. And to put a disclaimer, these are all in my opinion, okay? So what I might have found useful, someone else might have not found useful, and maybe I didn't have some useful resources that I also didn't know about, but someone else did know about. So if you have other useful resources for second year, then leave them down below for someone else. But this is from what I had and what I used throughout my second year, basically. So yeah, we're going to start. I have notes actually because I don't want to forget anything or miss anything. Let's get into it. With anatomy, we're going to start with the most important ones, in my opinion, are your atlases. Yeah. These, you can't go through anatomy without these, okay? You can't do it. Both of them are helpful for when you go for dissections as well for your studies, but this one was very helpful for osteology practicals because it has like details of the osteology is the bone, if anyone doesn't know, but you guys probably know. But like as you can see, it's like all the bones. This one doesn't have as much description for like osteology as this one, in my opinion. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this one. This one is your holy grail, okay? This one is your holy grail for dissections. You need it for osteology, prosections, normal specimen dissections where you have to identify a specimen. You need this one. It has a table of the muscles and their attachments. It has a table that summarizes all the muscles, their attachments, their innervations, their blood supply, their actions. All of that is in this table, and that is really important to know, like in your tests and in your dissections when they ask you questions. For example, they'll ask you what does the adductor digita mini attach proximally to. So it's very easy for during dissections when you're like in a rush, because they give you like 5 minutes to identify whatever. You just come here quickly at the back and then check the muscle you guys are doing, and then just check all the innovations. This is just This is just a very important table, and as well inside, most of the diagrams inside of it are used in tests. Some of them, like our online tests, they use some of the diagrams in here, and it's also very helpful when studying. This is what I did when I studied and tried to memorize all of the structures. I'll just put like the sticky notes, sticky tabs over the label of the thing that I need to know, like the name of it, and then I'll just guess it, and if I guess it, I just check and stuff like that. And then the next one for anatomy is this gigantic textbook. Honestly, I only used it for osteology. During the osteology practicals, there were like some fill-in questions, and you can just page through here. Most of them were like they just took the paragraph from the textbook and you just have to fill in, and some of them weren't like they just needed to read through the textbook to answer those questions. So I mostly used it for the osteology what's this called, practicals. And then for tests, guys, man, I honestly didn't use it for tests and like for studying because it high-key kind of overwhelmed me, and that was my fault because I would wait until like later on to like use it to study, and then it's like a lot of information at once. But I only, throughout the year, I only use slides like for my main study base outside of practicals, outside of dissections. I used slides and lecture recordings, and I was fine. But I heard some students say that they use this textbook while studying as well, and it helped them a lot. So it goes by who you are, I guess. But personally, I honestly didn't use it that much. I only used it for osteology dissections. And that being said, I will be selling this textbook. I know a lot of SMU students message me on my Instagram. So if you're gonna be in second year and you're looking for what's it called, a textbook, you can hit me up on Instagram and I'll sell you this. Hi everyone, it's me editing right now. I wanted to add that I'll be selling the book for 600 Rand. If you're an SMU student, you can just message me on Instagram and then we'll just meet up on campus and I'll give you the book and you just pay me. And then, however, if you're not an SMU student, to make delivery easier, I'll also post it on my Yaga page. Yaga is like an app where you can sell and buy old stuff, not old stuff, but pre-used things. But I've seen people selling new stuff there, so it's just an app where you can sell and buy stuff. It's certified. I've used it before. I've bought stuff and I've also sold stuff. This is actually from Yaga, so it's okay. It's a free app besides buying stuff from there. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Next up for anatomy is this flashcard set. This one, it has like flashcards to like revise. It's very good for revision. I use it sometimes for revision to just remember the structures and stuff. Like it has this and all of the structures you're supposed to identify, and then it gives you the answers, the comments. I'll also be selling this one. It also comes with this thing so that you don't lose your thing. Let's say you're only going to write a test for the back and spinal cord, then you can just bind that section with this so you don't have to take this whole entire thing with you. They're very good for revision. For anatomy, honestly, the textbook for me is not really that important. Honestly, just use your lecture note. In case you only want to use it for like osteology practicals and not use it for like studying like me, where I only use the slides, then you can do that with a group of friends. But otherwise, you can also find a PDF version of the textbook. Then you can just take along with your laptop if you have one to dissection holes, and then use it for some practicals, some dissections, but yeah, I honestly don't think you need the textbook, but I know there were some students in my class that used it and it helped them, so kind of just have to figure out what you're gonna do. But yeah, apps that use me in anatomy is Teach Me Anatomy, and it's free. You can download on your phone or your PC. I usually used it to read through it before I went for my dissections, and also before we started with the second, not before, but while we started with the second certain section in class, then I would read through the notes in Teach Me Anatomy, and some of the questions that they asked, some of the answers came from Teach Me Anatomy. So I would suggest you use Teach Me Anatomy. It is free. And Anatomy TV, which is provided to you by the school. It's a subscription website, but because if you're an SMU student, you don't have to pay for it. They're gonna give you like the password and everything for the website. In case you're not an SMU student and you wanna check out the website, I just wanna show you some things that they do there. Like it basically has pictures of dissections, labels, like all of those things, and in my school they used most of those pictures from the dissection section inside Anatomy TV inside our tests. Does that make sense? You see, it has this, and it has all the, what can I call it, sections of the body. Yeah, I'm gonna just say sections. It has the sections, head and neck, spine, shoulders and arm, all of that, and you can click into it for the 3D atlas. Then it does that. Then you can click any muscle on the face that you want to know, and it shows you that this is the or Bicularis oris. And then it also has quizzes. The quizzes, guys, quizzes are they're not that helpful, honestly. I just used it to check like these diagrams of the muscles and learn that, and also for the dissections. So let's check the dissections. This is the face, and like the dissection, like I know this face, it's always there in our tests. This face is always there. So yeah, then I can click a muscle here, a muscle or a vein or a nerve. You see, this is the temporal fascia. The fascias are very important. Like basically like that, you just click on it and it also gives you a summary here to read if you want to read. But I basically just use it for identification and like learning these things and seeing them on a cadaver here when I'm not at campus. You get me? Because you can't be there all the time. So when I'm not on campus and I want to learn something and I want to identify, just come here and I check it out. I hope that doesn't get me in trouble. If I ever get in trouble, then it means in the video I'm gonna have that part blurred for whatever trouble I get in, but it's on the internet, so I don't think. Anyway, yeah, Anatomy TV is a subscription, you pay for it. So I was just showing you that for people who might not be SMU students and their universities does not provide Anatomy TV. Maybe they're using some other website, so just use whatever other website your school is providing you. But if not and you're interested in Anatomy TV, that's basically what it looks like. I also forgot to mention that you're going to need these gloves for anatomy because you're going to be doing dissections and you're going to be touching the cadavers and the specimen, so we use gloves to handle them. Also, if you're an SMU student, you can get this at CP 5th floor by study staff. I think they were like 100 rand or 150, I'm not quite sure, so you can get that there. For physiology, you just need a textbook. You just need this textbook, and I would say the textbook is very important. However, I did not use it until the last minute and that cost me. Guys, please don't be like me. Use your textbook in correspondence to your lecture notes, like your slides and your lectures. So while you're attending lecture, you have your textbook and your lecture notes, because sometimes, especially in cardio, no, not cardio, renal. In renal and cardio, in renal and cardiovascular system, the lecture notes were not very detailed, and he wanted you to do extra reading, and a lot of those extra readings and extra information are in your textbook. So I would say he used that. The lecture notes in physiology, honestly, I don't think they're enough alone, lecture notes. So please use your textbooks. Don't be like me and like only figure that out last minute. Not last minute, but like after failed attempts, okay? Just from the get-go, get yourself this textbook. I'm also not going to sell this textbook. I'm going to be using it for reference because my physiology knowledge is not that good. So I need to come back and refer and relearn, revise, or whatever. Guys, it's a lot. Next is poem. For poem, you don't need any textbooks. Just use your lecture notes and attend your poem blogs, attend your lectures. You should be fine. And what else? You're going to also need your doctor's kit, like the contents of your doctor's kit this year as well. If you want to check out what's in my doctor's kit, you can, I'll link a video up here and you can check the video where I did what's in my first year doctor's kit. You need that again for second year for blogs. I used it most in LSL, which is longitudinal service learning, and PS, which is peripheral science. The other blogs I didn't use it that much because majority of them were just online, unless I missed one. But yeah, no, it was just, I think it was just those two. But you still need your contents of your doctor's kit again. And yeah, that's it for poem. Overall, I'll also say you need this. I feel like everyone has a notebook, but I like this type of notebook because like you can tear it, nah? You can keep it as a book, but you can also tear it. You can tear it here and attach it to a file with all your slides and your notes together, and then you have everything in one big file instead of like having a file, having this, having that. But yeah, I'd say get one of these books. I bought it from CNA. Oh, and these books, if you wanna buy it like brand new and not secondhand, you can get them from Fanscape. Yeah, you can get them from Fanscape, but it's shit expensive. But you can get it from Fanscape. You don't have to buy secondhand if you want. And then what else would I say you need? Oh, I think you would also need a laptop because everything is online now. But in SMU, like there's a lot of computer labs, so you really don't need a laptop. You can just always go and attend your lectures by the computer labs and write your test there. But it's more convenient to have like your own laptop. But don't feel pressured to buy a laptop. Just buy or get whatever is in your budget basically. And you're going to need like a planner and a to-do list. I bought these also from CNA. You need to plan your life. Before, my one advice would be, before even starting with classes, you need to have a plan for the month of January. Like every month, have a plan before of how you're going to study and prepare for all your tests, for time management. I definitely didn't do that. Like I did that, but you need to do that before you even start, because if you do it like a week into school, you're already behind. You're already behind because you were busy like not studying because you're like, oh, it's the first week of school. You need to start from the beginning. Okay, from the beginning. If you don't start from day one, you're already behind in second year. I don't want to scare you guys, but like it's like that. We work from the first day and it's a lot. So having a plan and a to-do this and like to-do list and fully structure your day to day, I think that is very helpful. I started doing that to try and catch up with like work that I missed and things that I was just behind the whole of 2021. Sure, I was just behind, but planning and all that helped me manage it. Next thing I'm going to mention is not really like school based, but I would say you need prayer, guys. You need prayer for second year. Make sure you pray and like you have God with you throughout your whole second year. I wouldn't be able to make it through because guys, second year is very difficult. Okay, it's very difficult. I prayed every day. Okay, I'm lying. In relation to that, I'll also say have friends that are also in the same year as you, in the same course as you, which is medicine, because like it gives you like moral support. And if you have friends that are in it, you guys can form like study groups, or like you guys can vent to each other about how difficult it is, or you're struggling with this, struggling with that, just to have a sense of ubuntu, you get me, so that you don't feel like you're alone when when you're feeling down and your grades are not that good and like you're scared. Like friends really help you through that. I also wouldn't have made it through this year without Namhla and William. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Yeah, good luck to all the second years this year. This video is more specifically for SMU students because I don't know what second years in other universities are like taking or what modules they're doing, so I don't know if this would be 100% helpful for them, but I'm pretty sure everyone does anatomy and physiology. Still, I don't know if you use the same textbooks as us or not. That's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Please give it a big thick thumbs up if you found it helpful, or if you just enjoyed it. Share it with anyone you might think might need this information and might find this helpful, and make sure you subscribe and click the post notification so that. That's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Please give it a big thick thumbs up if you found it helpful, or if you just enjoyed it. Share it with anyone you might think might need this information and might find this helpful, and make sure you subscribe and click the post notification so that you get notified the next time I post and you won't miss another video from me. And yeah, happy new year everyone. I hope everyone's 2022 will go amazing, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.